once grand venue nestled in the heart of the city, stood as a relic of bygone elegance amidst the bustling modernity. Its ornate facade and storied history belied a darker truth, a legacy steeped in tragedy and whispered tales of the supernatural. Detective Elena Ramirez, head of the Paranormal Response Unit, PRU, received a frantic call on a stormy Friday night. Reports flooded in about a spectral figure haunting a live performance of Macbeth at Thorne Theater. Ramirez assembled her team, investigator Marcus Hayes, tech specialist Maya Patel, and medium Josephine Bishop. They raced through the rain-soaked streets, sirens wailing as they approached the theater cloaked in shadows. Inside, chaos reigned as panicked theatergoers spilled into the lobby, recounting sightings of a shadowy figure stalking the stage during the play's pivotal scenes. Ramirez found the theater manager, Mr. Thompson, his face ashen with fear, awaiting their arrival. "It was during Act 2, Thompson explained, his voice trembling. Lights started flickering, and then he appeared. Hayes, ever pragmatic, surveyed the scene, noting the distressed cast and crew. "Did anyone get hurt?" he asked, his tone clipped yet empathetic. Thompson shook his head. "No physical harm, but everyone's shaken," he replied, his gaze flickering towards the stage where the ominous presence had been seen. Patel swiftly set up her monitoring equipment while Bishop, her presence commanding yet compassionate, reached out to sense the lingering energy in the air. "There's a strong malevolent force here," she murmured, her eyes closed in concentration. Ramirez, accustomed to the unexplained, began interviewing witnesses. One actress, Sarah Michaels, described seeing a shadowy figure in the wings, a tall, dark silhouette that seemed to absorb the very light around it. "We need to secure the area," Ramirez instructed her team, her voice cutting through the frantic chatter. "Let's find out what we're dealing with." As they investigated further, Patel's equipment registered abnormal readings near the stage, an indication of spectral activity. "There's definitely something here," she confirmed, her voice tinged with both excitement and trepidation. Bishop, attuned to the spirit realm, traced a cold draft to a hidden passage beneath the stage, a forgotten catacomb rumored to house artifacts from the theater's haunted history. "This place holds secrets," she declared, her voice echoing in the dimly lit corridor. Outside, thunder rumbled ominously as Ramirez and her team delved deeper into the theater's labyrinthine corridors, uncovering clues that pointed to a spectral entity known as the Shadow Man, a vengeful spirit trapped between worlds. As they prepared to conduct a night-long vigil, Ramirez coordinated with local authorities to secure the perimeter and ensure the safety of everyone involved. "We need to contain this entity," she emphasized to her team, her eyes steely with determination. Inside the theater, the atmosphere grew tense as the night wore on. Hayes patrolled the balconies, alert for any signs of paranormal activity. Michaels, still visibly shaken, confided in Ramirez about a chilling encounter backstage, an icy touch that left her trembling. Bishop, in communion with the spirit world, sensed the Shadow Man's presence growing stronger. "It's feeding off the fear," she warned, her voice a whisper in the darkness. Patel, monitoring the surveillance feeds, detected anomalous movements near the stage. "There's movement," she reported, her voice urgent. "The Shadow Man is active." As they regrouped in the lobby, Ramirez knew they were on the brink of confronting the entity head-on. "We need to draw it out," she instructed, her voice calm yet authoritative. "Bishop, prepare to make contact." Bishop nodded, her focus unwavering as she prepared to communicate with the restless spirit. "I sense its anger," she murmured, her voice tinged with empathy. "We must help it find peace." As midnight approached, the theater fell silent, a tense anticipation hanging in the air. Ramirez, standing at the edge of the stage, addressed the Shadow Man with respect and determination. "We are here to help you," she called out, her voice echoing in the empty auditorium. In a swirl of ethereal mist, the Shadow Man materialized, a spectral figure cloaked in darkness and sorrow. Bishop, her psychic abilities amplified by the theater's energy, reached out to the spirit with words of solace and understanding. "We can guide you," Bishop murmured, her voice a soothing presence amidst the turmoil. "Find the light and let go of your anger." With a mournful wail, the Shadow Man dissipated into the ether, a final act of release and redemption for Thorn Theater and its haunted legacy. As dawn broke over the city, Ramirez and her team stood outside the theater, the storm finally subsiding. The once menacing clouds now parted to reveal a clear sky, a symbol of closure and peace restored to Thorn Theater and its restless spirits. But for Ramirez and her team, the journey into the paranormal world was far from over. As they exchanged solemn nods and prepared to leave, Ramirez knew they would continue to confront the unknown, a testament to their unwavering dedication and courage in the face of the supernatural. The cursed theater had revealed its secrets, but Ramirez understood that some mysteries would always linger in the shadows, waiting to be unveiled. The aftermath of the Shadow Man's dispersion left Thorn Theater eerily quiet, yet the lingering sense of foreboding persisted among Ramirez and her team. As they regrouped in the lobby, the theater's history weighed heavily on their minds, a labyrinth of secrets waiting to be unearthed. Ramirez gathered her team, Hayes, Patel, and Bishop, for a debriefing in the dimly lit foyer. Outside, the storm had passed, leaving behind a stillness that seemed almost unnatural. "We've contained the immediate threat," Ramirez began, her voice steady despite the lingering tension. "But we need to understand why Thorn Theater has become a focal point for these supernatural disturbances." Hayes, flipping through his notes from the previous night, pointed out inconsistencies in witness testimonies. Several people reported seeing the Shadow Man in different locations simultaneously, he noted, his brow furrowed with concern. Patel, reviewing the surveillance footage, highlighted anomalies: flickering lights, sudden drops in temperature, and fleeting shadows that defied logical explanation. "There's no doubt that the theater is teeming with paranormal activity," she concluded, her voice tinged with awe and apprehension. Bishop, her psychic senses attuned to the residual energy, recounted visions of the theater's past, a time when Thorn Theater was a hub of cultural splendor tainted by tragedy. "There's a connection to the past," she revealed, her voice a haunting echo in the empty space. "The spirits here are bound by unfinished business." Ramirez nodded thoughtfully, absorbing the insights from her team. "We need to delve deeper into the theater's history," she decided, her voice a command to unravel the mysteries that haunted Thorn Theater. As they ventured into the archives, Patel unearthed old newspaper clippings detailing a fire that engulfed the theater decades ago, a blaze that claimed the lives of several performers and left the building scarred by sorrow. The fire was no accident, Hayes realized, his voice grim with understanding as he scanned through witness accounts and police reports. There were rumors of foul play and sabotage. Bishop, drawn to a faded photograph of the theater's original cast, sensed a presence, a restless spirit seeking justice amidst the ashes of its former glory. "They never found peace," she murmured, her voice laced with sympathy. Ramirez, piecing together the puzzle of Thorn Theater's cursed legacy, knew they were facing more than just a series of supernatural phenomena. They were confronting a history marred by betrayal, greed, and the enduring power of unfinished business. Outside the theater, Ramirez met with local historian Dr. Evelyn Monroe, a renowned expert on the city's cultural landmarks and their hidden histories. Dr. Monroe, her eyes bright with curiosity, recounted tales of Thorn Theater's heyday, a time when it hosted gala performances and glittering soirees that drew the city's elite. But behind the glamour, Dr. Monroe admitted, her voice lowering to a conspiratorial whisper, there were whispers of dark dealings and illicit affairs. Ramirez listened intently, her mind racing with possibilities. "Do you think these events are linked to the paranormal disturbances?" she asked, her tone both cautious and intrigued. Dr. Monroe nodded thoughtfully. "Thorn Theater has always been a magnet for tragedy," she mused, her gaze fixed on the theater's imposing facade. "Perhaps the spirits are trying to reveal the truth that has been hidden for so long." Back inside the theater, Patel detected a surge in paranormal activity near the old dressing rooms, a hotspot of emotional energy and lingering regrets. "There's something here," she reported, her voice tinged with urgency. "We need to investigate." As they entered the dimly lit corridors, Ramirez felt a chill settle over her, a palpable sense of being watched by unseen eyes. "Stay alert," she cautioned her team, their footsteps echoing in the stillness. Bishop, guided by flashes of psychic insight, led them to a forgotten passage, a hidden doorway that seemed to beckon them deeper into the theater's haunted history. "This way," she murmured, her voice barely above a whisper. As they ventured into the darkness, the air grew thick with the weight of forgotten memories and restless spirits. Ramirez, her senses on high alert, knew they were on the brink of uncovering the truth that had eluded them for so long. Outside, the city buzzed with life, oblivious to the supernatural forces at play within Thorn Theater's walls. For Ramirez and her team, however, the journey into the theater's cursed legacy had only just begun, a testament to their unwavering dedication and courage in the face of the unknown. As they prepared to confront the next chapter of Thorn Theater's haunted history, Ramirez felt a sense of determination settle over her, a resolve to unravel the mysteries that had plagued the theater and its restless spirits for decades to come. Inside Thorn Theater, the atmosphere remained charged with unresolved tension and spectral energy. Ramirez and her team, now immersed in the theater's haunted history, continued their investigation with a renewed sense of purpose and caution. As they explored the forgotten passages beneath the stage, Patel's equipment registered erratic readings, electromagnetic fluctuations, and temperature drops that defied scientific explanation. "There's definitely something down here," she reported, her voice echoing in the musty air. Bishop, her psychic senses heightened by the theater's residual energy, traced a cold draft to a hidden alcove, a forgotten dressing room filled with relics of Thorn Theater's storied past. "This place holds memories," she murmured, her gaze fixed on a faded portrait of a woman in Victorian attire. Ramirez, studying the photograph, recognized the woman as Isabella Thorn, a celebrated actress who vanished under mysterious circumstances over a century ago. Isabella's disappearance was never solved, Ramirez recalled, her voice tinged with intrigue. Could her spirit be connected to the disturbances? Hayes, combing through old police reports and witness statements, uncovered new leads. A series of unexplained deaths linked to the theater's curse. There were rumors of foul play, he revealed, his voice grim with realization, and sightings of the Shadow Man before each tragedy. Outside, the city buzzed with life, unaware of the supernatural forces at play within Thorn Theater's walls. For Ramirez and her team, however, the theater had become a labyrinth of secrets and betrayal, a haunting reminder of the past's enduring grip on the present. As they regrouped in the lobby, Ramirez met with Dr. Monroe, a local historian who specialized in the city's cultural landmarks and their hidden histories. Dr. Monroe, her eyes bright with curiosity, shared new insights into Isabella Thorn's life and mysterious disappearance. Isabella was more than just an actress, Dr. Monroe explained, her voice a hushed whisper of intrigue. She was entangled in a web of deceit and forbidden love. Ramirez listened intently, piecing together the puzzle of Thorn Theater's cursed legacy. "Do you think Isabella's spirit is trying to reveal the truth?" she asked, her tone both cautious and hopeful. Dr. Monroe nodded thoughtfully. "The theater holds many secrets," she admitted, her gaze fixed on the portrait of Isabella Thorn. "Perhaps her spirit is seeking justice for herself and others who suffered at the hands of betrayal." Back inside the theater, Bishop sensed a shift in the energy, a surge of emotion and unresolved grief. "Isabella's spirit is here," she murmured, her voice tinged with empathy. "She's trapped between worlds, seeking closure." Ramirez, her determination unwavering, devised a plan to communicate with Isabella's spirit, a seance to bridge the gap between the living and the dead. "We need to understand why she remains tethered to Thorn Theater," she explained to her team, their expressions a mix of apprehension and resolve. As night descended upon the city, Ramirez and her team gathered in the theater's grand ballroom, a place steeped in Isabella Thorne's memory and the echoes of forgotten romances. Bishop, surrounded by candles and artifacts from Isabella's era, prepared to channel the actress's spirit. "Isabella," Bishop began, her voice steady yet filled with reverence, "we seek your presence. Show us the truth that binds you to this place." In the flickering candlelight, Ramirez felt a chill settle over her, a palpable sense of anticipation as the veil between worlds grew thin. "Isabella," she called out, her voice echoing in the empty space, "we are here to help you find peace." Suddenly, a cold breeze swept through the room, a whisper of Isabella's voice, laden with sorrow and longing. "I loved him," she murmured, her words a haunting echo of the past. "But he betrayed me." As Isabella's spirit manifested before them, Ramirez felt a surge of empathy, a connection to the actress who had vanished without a trace. "Who betrayed you?" she asked, her voice gentle yet insistent. Isabella's spirit hesitated, her form flickering in and out of sight. "William," she confessed, her voice filled with anguish. "He was my co-star and my lover." Hayes, consulting the theater's archives, uncovered records of William Bradley, a charismatic actor whose career plummeted after Isabella's disappearance. "He was suspected of foul play," Hayes revealed, his voice tight with tension. As Isabella's spirit faded into the ether, Ramirez knew they were one step closer to unraveling Thorne Theater's haunted legacy. "We need to find William Bradley," she declared, her voice a command to her team. Outside, the city lay shrouded in darkness, a stark contrast to the turmoil within Thorne Theater's walls. For Ramirez and her team, the journey into the theater's cursed history had only just begun, a testament to their unwavering dedication and courage in the face of the supernatural. As they prepared to confront the next chapter of Thorne Theater's haunted legacy, Ramirez felt a sense of determination settle over her, a resolve to uncover the truth and bring justice to Isabella Thorne and the restless spirits that lingered within the theater's shadowed halls. In the wake of their encounter with Isabella Thorne's restless spirit, Thorne Theater seemed to exude an even greater aura of melancholy and suspense. Ramirez and her team, now armed with new clues and insights, delved deeper into the theater's cursed history, determined to uncover the truth behind its spectral disturbances. As they regrouped in the theater's dimly lit lobby, Patel monitored her equipment for any signs of paranormal activity, a task made more challenging by the lingering echoes of Isabella's revelation. "The energy levels are fluctuating," she reported, her voice tinged with both excitement and apprehension. Hayes, reviewing the latest findings from the archives, discovered a connection between Isabella Thorne's disappearance and a series of unsolved murders linked to the theater. "There were other victims," he revealed, his tone grave with realization, each one connected to Isabella and her tragic fate. Bishop, her psychic senses attuned to the theater's residual energy, sensed a presence, a malevolent force that lurked in the shadows, feeding off the theater's dark history. "The Shadow Man is still here," she warned, her voice a whisper of warning, "and he grows stronger with each passing hour." Ramirez, grappling with the revelations, knew they were racing against time to prevent further tragedy. "We need to find William Bradley," she declared, her voice a command to her team. "He holds the key to unlocking Thorne Theater's darkest secrets." Outside the theater, Ramirez met with Dr. Evelyn Monroe, a local historian whose research into the city's cultural landmarks had unearthed new clues about William Bradley's whereabouts. Dr. Monroe, her expression grave with concern, shared her findings with Ramirez. "William Bradley vanished without a trace after Isabella's disappearance," Dr. Monroe revealed, her voice a hushed whisper of intrigue. "But there were rumors of his involvement in a secret society, a group that dabbled in occult rituals and forbidden knowledge." Ramirez listened intently, piecing together the puzzle of Thorne Theater's cursed legacy. "Do you think William Bradley summoned the Shadow Man?" she asked, her tone both cautious and determined. Dr. Monroe nodded thoughtfully. "There are records of a ritual performed on the theater's opening night, A ceremony meant to invoke supernatural forces, she admitted, her gaze fixed on the theater's imposing facade. Perhaps the Shadow Man was unleashed as a result. Back inside the theater, Patel's equipment registered a sudden surge in paranormal activity near the old dressing rooms, a hotspot of emotional energy and lingering regrets. "There's something here," she reported, her voice tinged with urgency. "We need to investigate." As they ventured into the dimly lit corridors, Ramirez felt a chill settle over her, a palpable sense of being watched by unseen eyes. "Stay alert," she cautioned her team, their footsteps echoing in the silence. Bishop, guided by flashes of psychic insight, led them to a hidden staircase, a portal that seemed to beckon them deeper into the theater's haunted history. "This way," she murmured, her voice barely above a whisper. As they descended into the darkness, the air grew thick with the weight of forgotten memories and restless spirits. Ramirez, her senses heightened by adrenaline, knew they were on the brink of uncovering the truth that had eluded them for so long. Inside the hidden chamber, they discovered a trove of artifacts, a testament to William Bradley's obsession with the occult and his quest for forbidden knowledge. He was searching for a way to control the Shadow Man, Hayes realized, his voice grim with understanding. Bishop, drawn to a dusty tome bound in worn leather, deciphered cryptic symbols and incantations, an ancient ritual designed to harness the power of the spirit world. William believed he could bend the Shadow Man to his will, she murmured, her voice filled with both awe and dread. Ramirez, studying the artifacts, realized they were facing more than just a vengeful spirit. They were confronting the consequences of William Bradley's reckless ambition, an ambition that had unleashed a malevolent force upon Thorn Theater and its unsuspecting victims. Outside, the city lay shrouded in darkness, a stark contrast to the turmoil within Thorn Theater's walls. For Ramirez and her team, however, the journey into the theater's cursed history had only just begun, a testament to their unwavering dedication and courage in the face of the supernatural. As they prepared to confront the next chapter of Thorn Theater's haunted legacy, Ramirez felt a sense of determination settle over her, a resolve to uncover the truth, bring justice to Isabella Thorne and the restless spirits, and stop the Shadow Man before he claimed more innocent lives.
Inside the depths of Thorn Theater, Ramirez and her team stood amidst the artifacts and arcane symbols left behind by William Bradley, a testament to his reckless pursuit of power over the Shadow Man. As they gathered their thoughts and prepared for the final confrontation, the theater seemed to pulse with an ominous energy, as if the very walls were closing in on them. Bishop, her psychic senses on high alert, detected a surge of malevolent presence, a chilling reminder that the Shadow Man was still lurking within the theater's shadowed halls. "He's here," she murmured, her voice tinged with both dread and determination. "And he's watching us." Ramirez, her resolve unwavering, reviewed the notes and diagrams laid out before them, an intricate map of Thorn Theater's hidden passages and the ley lines that intersected beneath its foundations. "We need to seal the portals," she declared, her voice a command to her team. "It's the only way to contain the Shadow Man." Hayes, consulting his own research into occult rituals and dimensional breaches, pointed out vulnerabilities in the theater's structural integrity. "These portals are linked to ley lines," he explained, his tone urgent. "If we don't act quickly, the Shadow Man could spread his influence beyond Thorn Theater." Patel, calibrating her equipment for the final ritual, noted the eerie silence that had settled over the theater, a stark contrast to the chaos and panic that had gripped it just hours before. "We need to be prepared for anything," she warned, her voice a steady beacon of caution amidst the uncertainty. Outside, the city lay shrouded in darkness, a testament to the supernatural forces at play within Thorn Theater's walls. For Ramirez and her team, however, the theater had become a battleground, a crucible of fear and courage where they would confront the Shadow Man and put an end to his reign of terror. As they ventured deeper into the labyrinth of hidden passages and forgotten chambers, Ramirez felt a chill settle over her, a palpable sense of being watched by unseen eyes. "Stay focused," she urged her team, their footsteps echoing in the eerie silence. Bishop, guided by flashes of psychic insight, led them to the heart of the theater, a chamber pulsating with dark energy and ancient whispers. "This is where William Bradley conducted his rituals," she murmured, her voice barely above a whisper. As they prepared for the final ritual, Ramirez sensed a shift in the air, a sudden drop in temperature and the faint sound of whispers echoing through the chamber. "We're not alone," she warned, her voice a sharp reminder of the danger they faced. With Patel's equipment calibrated and Hayes' knowledge of occult symbols at the ready, they began the ritual, a delicate balance of incantations and protective wards designed to close the portals and banish the Shadow Man back to the spirit realm. Outside, thunder rumbled ominously as the ritual reached its climax, a surge of energy that seemed to shake the very foundations of Thorn Theater. Inside the chamber, Ramirez and her team felt the Shadow Man's presence grow stronger, a swirling vortex of shadows and malevolent intent. "We can do this," Ramirez called out, her voice a rallying cry against the darkness. "Focus on the wards and close the portals." With Bishop channeling her psychic energy and Patel monitoring the equipment for any signs of disturbance, they worked in unison to weaken the Shadow Man's hold on the theater's reality. "Almost there," Hayes encouraged, his voice filled with determination. As the last incantation echoed through the chamber, a blinding flash of light engulfed the theater, a beacon of hope and renewal that signaled the Shadow Man's defeat. Outside, the storm that had raged for days finally subsided, leaving behind a sense of peace and closure. Ramirez and her team emerged from Thorn Theater, their faces weary yet triumphant. The theater stood silent and still, its haunted legacy finally laid to rest. For Ramirez, however, the journey into the supernatural world was far from over, a testament to her unwavering dedication and courage in the face of the unknown. As they prepared to leave, Ramirez glanced back at Thorn Theater one last time, a silent vow to remember those who had been lost and honor their memory. The cursed theater had revealed its secrets, but Ramirez knew that some mysteries would always linger in the shadows, waiting to be unveiled.